Guys, welcome to the I Love CVille Show. I'm Jerry Miller. It's great to be with you guys on a gorgeous Wednesday afternoon across Charlottesville, Central Virginia, the Commonwealth, the country, and the world on the I Love CVille Network. Today's show, I am so pumped for. We have the Shaughnessy Brothers in the house. These gentlemen are going from chefs to entrepreneurs and restaurateurs, and they're doing it as a family. I love this story so much. These boys get after it. They work hard, and they have tremendous talent in the kitchen. We're going to see their move to the front of the house, to managing a brand, to managing a staff, to taking a business to the next level. A lot on their plate, pun intended, for the Shaughnessy Brothers as we speak. Before we go anywhere, and before we welcome to the show, we'll thank two of our favorite clients. We are an advertising agency at I Love CVille and V&V Brands. We represent all aspects of 114 clients as of this morning. Two of our favorites, Dr. Scott Wagner of Scott Wagner Chiropractic and Sports Medicine, and Interstate Pest and Service Companies. Anything that you see that interfaces with the market originates on the first and second floor of the Macklin building with our team. Interstate started in 1969 with the first generation of family, Mr. Robert Wells. He used his personal truck and payphones in 1969 to build a company. Today, 4 generations of family running the business, almost 100 employees in a Commonwealth-wide footprint. I would want nothing else for my family in this business, to pass the torch to my son, Trey. I love you, son. Also, Scott Wagner of Scott Wagner Chiropractic and Sports Medicine. He's changing people's lives, sports medicine, physical therapy, and chiropractic care. Judah Wickhauer, 7 years and change of working together. I call it a love-hate relationship. I love him. He may hate me, but homie, you're my boy. Studio camera. Let's welcome the fellas to the show. Que pasa, amigos? How are you, John and Scott?
Doing well, thank you.
Doing well, thanks. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a bit surreal.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how old? I have an idea. How old are you? How old are you, John?
28.
28. How old are you?
27. Irish twins, you know.
So you guys are young dudes.
Yeah.
Co-owners of a restaurant.
Very
Living
much
the
so,
dream of what every chef wants to be.
Yeah.
Put it in perspective, John. Why don't we start with you?
I mean, it's a lot of pinch yourself moments. It's just crazy. You have bursts of wow, this is so exciting. I can't believe this is happening. But it's like most of the time you're just like, this is my gigantic list of stuff to do, and you're just working through it and working through it and working through it, problem solving. And maybe 10 minutes before bed, you're like, holy shit,
This sort of 10-year loose plan is actually coming to fruition.
Right?
In a sense.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And you got a lot on the line. Husband and daughter, right?
Son.
Yeah. Husband and son. You got a lot on the line.
Yeah.
Are you a bachelor?
Well, yeah, I've dated a girl for over 5 years now.
Okay, so you got a girlfriend.
Yeah.
So you each have a lot on the line here.
Yeah,
Very
definitely.
Much so, yeah.
Okay, talk to us about how this happened. How did it come through? Scott, why don't you start? How did this come to fruition?
So, sort of landed in restaurants after schooling, after high school and such. Was washing dishes. Dear friend Jenny Peterson of Paradox Pastry, she saved me from the dish pit and taught me baking. So I was doing pastry for a few years with her, and then started dating my girlfriend Sophie, who's still up in New York. She was there before me. I caught the bug to move there to do bread, train in bread making, and it worked out. I stayed there for 5 years, loved the craft, went down a rabbit hole, and sort of put the pieces together to be the baker, and John was the chef. So it just sort of felt like the time to come back and make it happen. So it's like, when I was 18, 19, I was sort of dreaming this whole thing up. And it's, you never want to plan too far, but man, it feels good that it's actually happening.
How did you brothers get in the restaurant game in the first place?
I
bought my wife and I bought our son that kitchen play situation. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Where the kid can get involved here.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you guys
The
get
little
into,
whisk?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. How did the Shaughnessy Brothers get into restaurants to begin with? I mean, was it a dream from childhood?
No,
you just don't do well in high school, and you need need a job.
Really bad at school, have an interest in rock and roll music, and Marlboro cigarettes or something.
You stumbled upon it, and then fell into a labor of love that you discovered. I'd like to think that we grew up eating, fancy food and liking sushi and whatever from a young age, but it's not the truth. We didn't grow up eating good bread, for example, and it was a discovery later, and it almost makes me think that we appreciate it more now that we've been opened up to good food.
What do you think of John?
Yeah, I mean, it took working to find the stuff. Like, I remember eating a mussel for the first time when I was like 18 or 19, you know. It's like, why is this so good, you know? But we grew up in like a landlocked state in Ohio, so it's like mussels and shellfish and stuff, which he's allergic to.
That's a corn and cow.
Yeah, a whole lot of corn and cow and pork chops and stuff like that. But
you know, grandparents were good cooks, you know, so it's, even if we weren't eating too well here or there, there's seeds planted from a young age, you know. Grandmothers baking all the time, things like that.
They weren't luxury ingredients, but they were able to do them very, very well.
Make a good home. You know.
Peel half the apples for the apple pie, you know.
What is the age gap?
14 months.
Wow, it's
14
so
months.
close.
Yeah.
My brother and I are 18 months. My brother and I, like, the strongest friends and the worst enemies growing up.
Exactly.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
same,
Like,
same.
beat the shit out of each other, but we're always together.
Yep.
Yeah.
What do you guys remember as brothers growing up in your childhood?
I mean, you pretty much just said the exact.
Yeah, I mean,
way
it was saying it was more of a love. It was a love-hate. I'd say more now. It's more love.
Yeah, you guys are homies.
Yeah.
We're best friends. You know.
Yeah.
So, kind of ditched that childish hate out of the way. You know. So now it's just like straight love. You know.
I love it. So was it always the plan, open up a restaurant? Guys, Belle in Belmont is going to be, it's already a hot spot.
It's a great
And
place.
you guys are going to take it to a completely another level. I can't wait to spotlight that. But was
Yeah.
the plan always to do this with Scott?
Absolutely. You wouldn't get me without him.
Yeah.
Likewise.
Yeah, why so?
Because he's extremely, he just sees everything from a different angle than I do. And they just happen to, just like the cooking and baking just fell upon us, like the way he sees or solves problems is a lot maybe different than I am, but they work very well harmoniously.
Power of three, in a sense, right? Like,
Yeah, it's like a power of three with just the two of us, you know. We have like, I don't know, and we just figure each other out. We know what each other's working
You
on.
guys are finishing each other's sentences here.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love the
we've been
connection.
playing sports together since we could walk.
Yeah.
So we've been on the same basketball team forever, you know. So it's almost like I don't need to ask him his next move. It's just like
So who's the point guard? Who's the two guard? Who was the wing?
there's like 3 and 4. Well, it was mostly
Okay.
like 1 and 2, and then we got older, and it was like I got bigger, and it was a 3. You know.
You kind of get forced into those positions on the court, you know. No one wants to see a 6'4".
You're pretty
point
tall,
guard.
though.
He is tall,
You're
yeah.
long and
Yeah.
you're springy, I bet.
Yeah, but I can't dunk.
You can't dunk? I thought you could dunk. Not even a tennis ball?
No, the Woody Harrelson movie's true for me.
A white man can't jump?
Yeah.
All right, let me throw this to you. We got a taste of his background as a chef.
Yeah.
Snapshot of yours again. You've worked in some badass kitchens.
Yeah, definitely. I'm proud of the work that I put in. I'm happy with who I've worked for around here, like Brian and Will and Josh.
Brian Helleberg.
Yeah.
Will Ritchie.
Josh Zanoff.
Yeah.
Craig Hartman.
Yeah, Craig Hartman, and you know, the list can go on and on. But they've taught me a lot of things that, you know, it takes a while for you to understand. The most valuable things you can learn are the things that don't necessarily have to do with cooking.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like problem solving and budgeting and things like that.
Same for you. Why? Okay, throw this to you. My wife's from Manhattan.
Okay.
Okay, 8-9 years there. It is the epicenter of culinary, the epicenter of restaurants, right?
Yeah.
How does a man like you, who's getting inroads and having success in Manhattan and Brooklyn, get pulled back to Charlottesville?
Well, it's something that I always wanted to do, but Jenny was who facilitated it, Jenny Peterson from Paradox. I worked for her previously, and then, you know, went right into Manhattan. Sophie and I were living in Harlem, and I was working at Sullivan Street Bakery in Manhattan, which is the more known, I would say, of the bakeries there. You know, I went there with no experience for bread, and I walked in, and I said, hey, I'm going to learn this stuff, give me a job. And they said, okay, you start tomorrow. It was very convenient. And then I put in my year and a half there overnight, so it's, you know, 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. kind of shifts. And then went to Brooklyn, worked for She-Wolf Bakery there, where it was a more artisanal thing, refined, quality ingredients. And then realized that it's not the life I want to live up there. I always knew that I wanted to be in Virginia, especially Charlottesville, and New York's just not the place for me. There's, it's easy to think that everything in New York is good, but the reality is there's an equal proportion of bad stuff there.
Ooh.
And which means that there's actually more, bad restaurants there than there are good ones here. That kind of like there's a lot of bad restaurants there. You think that they wouldn't last, but they do. And a lot of the good bagel shops are gone. A lot of the good pizza shops are gone. All that stuff. So, even for bread, it's like, I don't think of New York as the place to be. It's more California, Denmark, these kind of places. So it made sense for things like family. Friends and family are here. Lifestyle. I want to build work around life and not life around work. So Virginia is that place to be, and I'd rather build what I want here. Yeah.
Dude, Scott Shaughnessy dropping truth bombs.
Yeah.
Love that answer
You
right
couldn't
there.
have scripted that.
Perfect. That was deep. Well, thanks to the people watching right now. Joe Finazzo, welcome to the program. Alex Caraway, welcome to the show.
Alex Caraway, man.
13 different restaurants watching the show now. Montreal Simmons, Richard Fox, John Updike. You're getting some props on your very young Facebook page already.
Oh, yeah.
Alex Peterson. Hi, handsome brothers. I'll be back in Charlottesville soon. Is it Shelley Napoli? Am I saying that right? Yay, Chef Shaughnessy. I am so effing proud of you. Seth Batten, Belle Revival is going to be lit as fuck. Elder McCourtry.
Elder, that's my roommate.
Hands up emojis right now.
Yeah.
Give it a like, give it a share. I see Manhattan watching right now. I see Brooklyn watching the show. Sonia Dean, welcome to the show. These gentlemen, the new owners of Belle and Belmont.
Yeah.
Throw it to you. How did we get to this point? I mean, give us the flip book of this. Executive chef, Commonwealth Sky Bar.
Yeah.
Now co-owner of Belle.
Yeah, it's super exciting. I think a lot of what happened with the transition from Commonwealth to Belle is the pop-ups that Will Curley and Scott and I did that we called Bar Natural, with the natural wines and the natural leavened bread. And
That's Shanesy Bowl Shop.
Yeah, with
facilitated this whole
Patrick
thing.
McClure.
Yeah.
And one of our guests was Andy McClure. So I guess he liked Scott's bread so much that he thought my food was decent and shot us an email. And it just kind of built from there. I thought our dynamic with Will and the two of us was like really, really refined, but also put together quickly. And we didn't know how to set up the kitchen or anything like that, but luckily Patrick's got all the good equipment you could possibly need.
I think that pop-up left like a nice taste in people's mouth. Of
You crushed it with those pop-ups.
What we
had a
could
great
do.
time,
Yeah.
And we were extremely limited in those resources.
Right.
Like, we don't have bread ovens, we don't have
It was one day
a
a week,
bakery. We're doing it all overnight or trying to fit it in the middle of the prep list for the restaurant at Commonwealth.
I
and
remember the
stuff.
Shaughnessy Bros pop-up at Commonwealth Sky Bar.
Yeah.
I was there with my family. The power went out during the Shaughnessy Bros pop-up.
It did, yes.
You guys were using Paradox Pastries Bakery to bake your bread overnight.
Yeah.
Jenny came there and you said, she told me you have no idea what these MFers have gone through. This pop-up going.
Yeah.
And dude, your sandwiches were off the chain, man.
Thank you.
It was
Yeah,
a couple
that was
18-hour days.
Yeah.
it was like pop-up on Friday, 3 consecutive Fridays in a row.
And then you did the one on Sunday at Sky Bar.
Yeah, and then we did
Yeah.
one 2 days later on
It was,
Sky
it
Bar.
was like dinner Friday, prep Saturday, back
Yeah.
at it Sunday.
I love it. So Belmont, the heart of Charlottesville.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
culinary epicenter, if you may. Talk to us about that, Belmont and Belle, what we can start expecting.
Great neighbors, man. We got the best company. It's so nice to have Tavola and Moss, all those guys around there.
Yeah. Parking, free parking.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good time.
Yeah.
Just looking out the window one day and seeing Dylan Allwood walk by, I was like, yeah, we got our boy next door.
Billy Cooks.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
Dylan Allwood.
Yeah, so that was cool. It feels
Mike
good.
at
It
Moss
feels like
is
we're in the right place. Good community vibe. We always had that feel that we would try to create something with some power to pull people from afar, but also a community place. Like I want to have regulars. I want to know the people that live down the block and have it at a price point where they can come often.
Yeah.
And that all-day vibe, like at breakfast, lunch, dinner, kind of thing. So I need something. Oh, let's just pop over to Belle real quick. Oh, I need a little break or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It seems like when we were dreaming up a spot. We never really considered Belmont, but now that it's happening, it seems like no other place would be a good fit.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Jump in here. What else are you thinking?
I think the same thing. I mean, I have a kid, you have a kid, we want to see the neighborhood kids grow up and hopefully come try to apprentice for as bread bakers down the road, It's like I grew up going here all the time with my folks.
Andy and Julie. They got kids.
They live in the neighborhood.
Yeah, their daughter's the same age as my son.
Awesome.
Yeah, they live right down the street. Yeah, I mean, it's just like a friendly, welcoming neighborhood restaurant, without I don't know. We're just doing breakfast and lunch and foods that are really approachable. We'll have food for your kids, things like that.
Approachable, family-friendly, fair price points,
Yeah.
well-rounded menu, good
Yeah.
service, great food.
Retail bread. Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
Yeah, so that's my whole goal is to make enough bread where I'm occupied and I can sell it out to the public and be the place where you go for a loaf of bread. We'll get to a point where we're doing more things like baguettes and such, but it's, kind of super tender, creamy inside, but crusty loaves like sourdough, San Francisco style, things that would remind you of your travels to Europe. That's the goal, so.
It's super easily digestible too, not so much like you go to, you get sandwiches a lot of places and you realize that you're like, oh, this is a nice portion or whatever, and you eat the whole thing and you're like, oh. But you can eat a sandwich twice the size on his bread, and it's just it's insane how it would fill you up like eating, I don't know.
Half of that much bread of white bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's as much an interest as it is a vote for the future, right? I want to make bread that's sustainable and make an influence on the grain economy of Virginia in a sense, right? I want to aim higher here and do things that, I can put my ingredients in the window and, Bob down the way is growing the flour and milling it, and I can call him and ask how's the wheat doing?
I love that.
Yeah.
It's we don't think about that. We all eat a lot of bread, but nobody thinks that it's covering the most land for any crop in the world. So having something that you can eat and feel good about eating as a staple, a daily thing. Introducing people to this style of bread, because most don't know it. It's going to be a job educating people, but it's going to be fun. So,
Is Sophie Mitchell your girlfriend?
yes.
She's watching right now. I love you, honey.
Sophie, love you too.
Where's she watching right now?
Brooklyn.
What's up, Brooklyn in the house?
Yes.
What's up, Sophie? Joe Finazzo says, gentlemen, I will be there for the grand opening. Congratulations on your success.
Yes.
Ray
Thank you,
Jordan,
Joe.
Suzanne Jenkins watching right now. John, you're getting some props. You're going to get deep on this social right now. You're getting props. Christine McDermott's watching, giving you
Nice.
some props. Chef John, is it Mickle John?
Yes.
Watching right
Nice.
now. Heather Steven, Riley Dullen, watching right now. Give it a like and a
Riley.
share. If you'd like to pass anything to the fellas, just put it in the stream and I will pass it along. Andre Xavier, Tim and Crozet says, I'm going to be there for the grand opening. Can you ask them when that's going to be, Jerry?
Wednesday the 15th.
Get out of town.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a week.
Totally.
Yeah.
We got a week.
Now.
I'll be in the weeds in 1 week right now.
So
Yeah.
when are you going to open?
At 8 o'clock.
8 a.m.
Yeah,
8
8
a.m.
to 3.
Those are the hours?
7 days a week, 8
It's
a.m.
7 days a week.
Yeah, man, it was confirmation. I moved back in October, so I've been here for a couple months, and every Sunday, Paradox is closed, and I'm home and it's I'm thinking lunchtime. Let's go get some food, and it's just a ghost town. You can't get anything on Sundays or Mondays.
Yeah,
So,
Mondays, a lot of them close.
and a lot of our friends are cooks, and they're all off. So it's like, man, why not be open on the day where all your friends can come in?
Yeah.
So
In your neighborhood restaurant, so you want to be there all the time.
Absolutely.
There's something about daily.
Yeah.
It's like reliability. You can lean on us.
Sure, and there's nothing more frustrating. I'm not going to name any names,
Yeah.
but there's nothing more frustrating going to a spot during normal hours and they're not there.
No, it's so weird.
And
It's
then you
like-
never go back.
No, True.
Yeah.
That's happened. I'm not going to name it.
Yeah.
It's happened multiple times for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw this question to you. How is that going to work 7 days a week with your schedules? Are you going to be working opposite shifts? Same days?
Sort of. It'll be like a lap. I'll come in early. He'll be there for lunch. I'll leave at the start of dinner, kind of thing. So we have enough time together to hash out put out fires and combine our minds on food thoughts. But
Yeah, we're gonna be doing dinner come either April 1st or I'm not gonna put a date on it because we don't know.
Get out, dude.
Springtime. Once all the good stuff
Once
is
we can
out.
open up that tiki bar.
You're going to go 8 a.m. to 10 p.m.?
8 to 3, close for 2, 5 to 10.
Shit.
So we
Yeah.
want a little bit of time to breathe, eat a meal together,
Yeah,
pull the curtains,
we'll
dim the
probably all-
lights, bust out the wine.
we'll do dinner at least to start probably 4 days: Thursday,
So like
Friday,
Thursday,
Saturday,
Friday, yeah. that
Saturday,
makes sense.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday dinner, man, right? Like everybody's off. That
Yeah.
family, that family spot. Like
Yeah.
I
We're trying to
love-
get the Autumn Olive guys to come do a barbecue with us.
You're trying to get what?
We're gonna get the Autumn Olive guys, and they're gonna come and do a barbecue with us.
a
on
little
the
patio barbecue.
I was going to say,
Tiki bar, patio
your
barbecue.
outdoor setup at Belle is one of the best in Charlottesville.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're so
Yeah.
lucky.
And it's like a good spot without that. And it just makes it so much better.
I used to live
Yeah.
on, this was back in the day, this is like 04, 05, 06, on Little Graves
Okay.
in
Yeah.
Belmont.
Yeah, the back.
Yeah, down that alley,
Yeah.
right behind Spud Nuts.
Yeah.
And when Melissa Easter...
Rest in peace.
Yeah, that's right. When Melissa Easter opened La Tasa, I used to stumble to and from that tiki bar and chase pretty girls at that porch.
yeah.
I mean, it is like, just like that positive energy.
Yeah.
and, like,
It
the
is.
neighborhood
The
feel
sun
right
is
there.
like perfect, right?
That
Like
big,
at all
big
times of day.
fireplace.
Right.
Big communal feel.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
It
I'm
is,
so
yeah.
excited for you. How about this question to you? The not fear, but the sense of vulnerability or nerves that come with being a restaurant owner in a market like Charlottesville that has a hell of a lot of restaurants.
It is.
Yeah.
It's-
I'm sure you've thought about this.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
definitely can make you tremble at times thinking about it.
Yeah.
We're just trying to meet our standards, which are high. So I might think the bread's not perfect today, and I don't want to be okay with that, even if the customer doesn't notice it, right? Like it's the standards are so high that it's going to be a constant fight to please ourselves, and that's more of a concern to me than pleasing the guests. Because if we please ourselves, more than likely we're going to please our guests.
What are you thinking, John?
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. It's like intermittent, like holy shit moments,
Yeah, you could have oh fuck.
yeah. But most of the time, it's like he said, it's like you're just trying to make sure everything's as clean as you want it to be. Make sure that we bench scrape the floors and we clean the floors and we have the refrigerators organized and we're frying the chicken to the perfect amount of crispiness without it getting soft. And it's like, I think like he was saying, if we hold. And I don't doubt that we will hold up to our standards and be welcoming and affordable, which are somewhat of our business plan. I don't think we have anything to worry about.
I love that confidence.
Yeah.
I love that. Austin Rogers, welcome to the show. Aaron King, thank you for sharing the program right now.
What's up, Aaron?
Janice in Belmont. Jerry, I live in Belmont on Douglas. Please ask the guys other items we can expect from the menu and vegan options. This is the third time on our network the vegan question has come up. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So throw that topic to you.
We'll have something that's to offer for
And you guys
people
are
with-
carnivores.
Yeah, we are, but we also love vegetables. And
I want to push. I wanted somebody to come and say, "Holy crap, that cauliflower was amazing,"
Yeah.
and come back for it, and maybe get an entire meal of no meat and not think about it.
and not have one obligatory choice that's thought and put on that menu specifically for
This
that
is our
person.
vegan option. No, it's like, and I want to work on a gluten-free bread, for example, but I'm not going to put it out there at the start. I'm not going to put anything out that I don't stand behind, and I want to
For the
make
sake of
something
doing
for
it,
everybody. We're people, so we want to be accommodating, but make something that's delicious and not just like cardboard to be gluten-free.
Sure.
So the menu will probably expand and adapt as times go on, but the push right now is sandwiches for lunch, and then we'll do some more composed plates, but nothing too fancy at dinner. But
Yeah.
soup, salad, sandwich, sort of push for lunch. breakfast, breakfast, we might do like a couple platter options or something. You can get an omelet, for example.
Yeah.
Or just a bacon, egg, and cheese, or...
You literally have that question coming in. Jerry, this is from Lauren. Jerry, I love breakfast sandwiches. I cannot find a good bacon, egg, and cheese in Charlottesville, and don't say Bodo's Bagels. What can we
shots
do
fired.
about bacon, egg, and cheese? BEC.
Yeah, so the goal right now is big. Like I want to have it so it's like on the menu is like the breakfast
No
sandwich.
microwaved eggs.
No microwave in house. No
if I
microwave in
started
house.
microwaving eggs, I would hope that everyone I worked for would come
Would
down
call
there,
you out.
pull me out in the street, and
Yeah.
whoop me. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. So
Right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking eventually, right now we're doing English muffin and bagels that will keep that going as they were made. Seamus is sort of my baker assistant, and he's been doing all the work there, even 7 days a week for a while. So
He's got a crazy work ethic.
I love this kid,
Yeah.
man. He's like a 20-year-old version of myself, just like on fire, wants to learn it, doesn't matter. Go home, read the books about it.
Yeah.
And then
Come in, scrape the floor for 5 hours straight.
just be like, I love this space. I'm invested in this
Yeah.
space.
I'm so stoked to have someone that cares about things being so clean. It's
know,
like,
but yeah,
we're
so-
so stoked to have you, dude. We're the lucky ones. You
So
know?
right now it's bagels and English muffins. Later I'm going to push in some brioche egg sandwiches. So it'll be, a big brioche bacon, egg, and cheese, a big pile of arugula or something like that on there. I'm a breakfast sandwich guy, so you can rely on that. And I'm like, as the bread baker, the roll needs to be as good, if not better, than the inside.
You got a
So-
lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so these guys literally have bread in the oven. We have 2.5 minutes left so they can get back to their restaurant. We have a ton of effing questions coming in. Why don't I go rapid, literally rapid fire,
yeah.
okay? Elder wants to know are you guys going to do live music later on? Give us a snapshot on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, as soon as we pulled all the chairs out and recognized some of the acoustics, we're like, holy crap, this space is pretty nice for music. We're pulling some good friend, I want to get Charlie in there playing some stuff too.
Yeah, Disco Risque, baby.
Disco Risque.
Someone tag Charlie on the feed. Actually, Charlie's not on Facebook.
Yeah,
Della Bennett says, you guys are going to crush it. Congrats. Janice Trevelyan
Thank you.
says, will you keep the outside area intact? What changes are you going to make?
Yeah, we're not going to be. The outside area will be intact, and we'll have it open. If the sun is shining and the temperature's over a reasonable amount, it will be open.
It will be open.
It is like a thing where you won't have to email us or text us, but you're more than welcome to. About is it open? Is it open? Is it open? Because I've seen going through some of the as we took admin positions on these accounts, people calling and asking, is it open? Is it open? Once we get to that point, it should always be open.
Yeah.
Grayson Richmond wants to know, what's the deal with ABC license, cocktails, beer, and wine?
All of it.
Okay?
Yeah.
Happy hour?
Probably, yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All that. I think some of this is going to trickle in over time. Once the weather gets nice, we'll open up that bar outside, and I think more of the alcohol focus will come in. But right now, it's bottles of beer in here and there. But there's no liquor in there right now, but it'll happen.
Chris and Crozet wants to know desserts. What can we expect?
So pastries up front. To start, the focus right now is to get the bread right, and then we'll fill up this pastry case as time goes on, and then with dinner, more pastry will come in. I'm dreaming of affogato and
Bostock.
fun desserts that will come with service.
Layla wants to know, can I still bring my computer and post up, use Wi-Fi, and be there for hours?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Still a coffee shop vibe.
Yeah, we have coffee. We
Yeah.
have a actually exclusive partner that we're thinking about going with for coffee. Who one of our suppliers, the representative, come in and he tasted this coffee and he was like, "Where did you get this?" And we'll put that information out there once we
More
pull the
casual,
trigger
less
on it.
focus on the coffee shop, but yes, you're totally welcome to come and have a coffee. But we pulled the espresso machine for now to put the focus on the food and the breakfast and lunch.
Luis says this, will there be daily specials, food or drink?
Yes, all of that. We're going to have butcher paper and we're going to handwrite everything up. So.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I love that. All right, I want to know, and we're going to wind this down here. Dylan Allwood, what up, dog?
Yeah.
Daniel
What up,
Kaufman,
man?
Public, welcome. Let me throw this question to you, and we're going to wind down here.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to be front of the house?
We'll be
shaking
everywhere.
hands, kissing babies?
Yeah. Running
yeah.
plates, saying
Yeah?
hi,
Yeah.
scrubbing the floor.
Yeah?
All that. Yeah.
You excited for that?
I'm super excited, yeah.
Yeah?
We have some great teammates that we're pulling in too, so I can't wait to announce that and make big posts on that and take pictures together and like really become a family with these
Maybe
people.
come back after opening.
Anytime you want.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
have carte blanche here. I mean that. I will
thank you.
close the show this way.
Yeah.
We're not going to get to all these questions, guys. They have food literally in the oven right now at Belle and have to get back. Let's close with this. What, and I'll throw it to you, same question for you as well, and then we're done. What can we expect from Belle in Belmont over the course of 2020?
Ooh. Blast off.
Ooh,
Yeah,
He's got some swag.
Yeah, he really does. Yeah, it's like you think for a baker who stays up and like works overnight, he's like he wouldn't have the gift of the gab, but he sure does. Yeah.
I like it. What do you think?
I think we're going to be really happy and really proud of what we do, and I can't wait to become a part of the community in the level that we will, and give back to the community and cook for these people. That
See what they want, right? I
Yeah.
mean, I think what we do is also dependent on what they want. You know, what
Yeah.
everybody wants too. So
Yeah.
I love it.
we'll see what trickles through.
Levi
Yeah.
Morrison, congratulations, chefs. I love you. Alex Huss,
Love
get
you,
it,
Levi.
boys. Get it. They're on a tight deadline. We're going to archive this show on ilovecville.com. We will turn it into a podcast on Apple iTunes by close of business today. For the next 30 days, we will syndicate this across the I Love CVille network, 17 Facebook pages, 17 Twitter accounts, the third largest Instagram in the community, an e-newsletter that goes out every morning at 11 a.m. to over 120,000 email inboxes, and of course on ilovecville.com. I effing love the Shaughnessy Brothers, and I
love you
highly
too,
We love Jerry too.
I highly encourage you to support Belle in Belmont when they open next Wednesday. Let's make this place go bananas and keep these boys from sleeping and cause more stress for them with people coming into their door. Be easy, guys.
Thank you.
Good work.
Thank
Good
you.
work.
Thank
Dude,
you.
That was good. 102. I'm 2 minutes late. 102.
Oh, you're fine.
Good
You're
work.
fine.
That was good.
awesome. Thank you for having
Yeah. Anytime, of course. Anytime. Hey, anytime you want to come.